Last we left off in Xenosaga, we were in the middle of a boss fight, and we were too far away from a save point for me to continue the boss fight and then save afterward. So we were just going to go attempt the boss again. I actually made a note last session in the how long to beat estimate that when you kill this boss's ads, it strengthens the boss. So this time we're going to try to, not kill the ads first, so as to not make the boss too strong. I think we're getting our butts kicked by it too. See if I can find my way back to the boss from here. So we get into some other fights on the way, that's not a big deal. Don't remember if it was through this room or not. We're in this giant, Gnosis body in this game. This game's been really cool so far. It's the only, Japanese hard sci-fi game I've played. Most of the other similar games have been, much more fantasy focused. There's definitely some space magic going on in this game. This might be right. And there's a cutscene that plays before. I'm just gonna skip it. There's no reason to watch it again here. Oh, loot. Really unplayable. Yes. That is a long elevator. Holy crap. Finally. Yes, let's press the button. So this has the Zohar behind it, which I think is the giant monolith thing. Hey, ED Master, how you doing? We discovered in the opening cutscene, very 2001: A Space Odyssey, source of some of our technological prowess. In we go. Skip because we've already seen that cutscene. Cherenkov.
Commander, that can't be you.
Okay, yes. So he turned into this gargoyle monster, and we learned don't kill the Otagogs on the side because it buffs the boss. So we'll try doing as much damage as we can to him without letting him buff.
Lunar seal.
It's the long elevator. Lunar seal, one of the things in there looks like it says ketchup. It doesn't. Ouch. Gotta keep a close eye on my party member's health. It's easy for it to get really low without you noticing. Probably have Lower Sea Chaos as the name of the character in the middle, which is so goofy. I'll have him do a party heal when his turn comes up here.
Charging. Our cannon.
Nice crit, 438. Dream. Ouch. Please don't kill Xion before I get to heal everyone. E3's been causing a lot of problems cross-site soreness. Biggest problem I've been having is my thumbnails and other static images haven't been loading or have been loading at a crappier resolution. Medica all.
Open ether circuit. Yeah. Ready? Lunar seal.
I'll do that and heal a second time. Maybe I can have Cosmos do that. Holy regeneration. Holy shit. Can you not do that? I wonder how many times he does that. You might be able to do that through the whole combat, or maybe it's only he does it once, and it's a way to artificially increase his health pool. Ooh, don't silence Shion. That's bad. It's very bad indeed. Do I have a remove silence power? All status clear, psych status clear. Here's his speed. And it's probably connected to E3 EV Master. There's a lot of people on the site for it. I've definitely had increased delay in general with Chromecast soreness, but it hasn't been that bad. It's usually like an extra 15-20 seconds. It seems to drift over time, too.
Unleash some of thy powers.
This guy's name is Chaos with a lowercase c. I can't get over how goofy that is. So maybe he heals himself so long as his ads are alive to keep you from focusing him down. So maybe the whole don't attack his ads idea isn't actually as productive as I thought it was going to be. Try killing his ads and see what happens.
Yeah. Ready?
Ketchup seal.
Lunar seal.
Fortunately, Shion actually does fairly decent damage, so I don't always spend her turns healing. She's a better healer, though, than Chaos is, so...
Open ether circuit.
That's possible, we only have to take one of them down. I'm gonna give it a try, we'll see. It's a good call.
Charging. Our cannon.
Okay with him silencing Chaos. Oh, that potentially hits everyone. I didn't know that. Interesting. Ow. Frick. Gross. I think she's got to keep doing Medica all, unfortunately. I gotta restore her ether points soon, though. Yeah, he's silenced, which is fine.
Yeah. Ready? Lunar
And he's got
seal.
boost gauge now, which is exciting. Responding to me as I say stuff. Yeah, that's a pretty long delay. Get to use boost there to get an immediate additional time, which is nice.
Lunar seal.
Catch it, must you? Neo. Gotta use her to attack. She's too good of an attacker to waste her on healing. Even though all of her stats are better, so she's also an extremely good healer. So.
Arcannon.
I'll probably have Xion heal herself on her next turn. Ooh, ouch. And then have Chaos restore her ether points here. I could have sworn that Xion was voiced by Hetty Burris. She sounds a lot like that's Yuna's voice actor from Final Fantasy X. They are in fact not the same person. Don't cast your... Oh, he got to use boost there? That's extremely bad. Oh, and it killed her by like 4 hit points. That's a supreme bummer. And then he's silencing me. Wow. That's a fun turn for me. Alright, well, we gotta pick up Cosmos. I do have 20 revives, so it's sustainable. If she gets to act right away, she can heal everyone, potentially.
Returning to battle.
Okay. What items do I have here? Medkit, one enemy ally. Do I have anything that targets the whole party? I do not. So we gotta do a mid-health recovery and hope Cosmos' turn comes up in time to heal. Then I can try to clear out the silence status effect here. Ow. But I healed Cosmos at least. That's fine, he's already silenced, he can't get double silenced. So now's a good turn for her to use an ether pack on herself. Looks like I spent some resources last time learning status recovery, so that was a good decision. Try using another medkit Xion here so I don't have to raise her. Ether, Medica All. Very nice. Boss just boosted. That's not good. Go ahead and remove silence here. I need to buy more of those cure-alls. I don't think I have the ability to grant myself immunity to silence at the moment. Oh, he's gonna immediately re-silence Xion, isn't he? Of course he is. That sucks. Gotta kill that other ad. Hey Yukupo, how's it going? Pretty much just getting my ass kicked by this boss. I made a note to myself last time not to kill his ads because it buffs him, but I think when his ads are alive, he continually full heals himself, so it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't type situation. I'm ready. Are you so furry? He's a good kitty. But that didn't mean he's good at being a kitty. Am I correct about that, Yukupo? Or could someone do me a favor and Google that? Xenosaga Episode 1 Gargoyle boss. Do you have to kill the ads? I assume that you do, and then if you don't, he'll just keep healing himself.
Yeah.
So furry.
Ready? Lunar seal.
Try to let my boost gauge fill up more before I get too excited about this. So, let's see. I could remove silence. I should probably just attack though. I still do okay damage to him. I think the difference is mostly just how much damage he does. fairly high.
Charging. Our cannon.
Nice crit. Can do that in 372. Let's remove silence from Xion so she can heal.
Here.
I guess if she doesn't get to heal, then, or if the boss decides to silence her again, then he's spending his turn silencing her again instead of doing more damage. So it's kind of like pre-healing, cleansing silence.
Ether circuit.
Team Marty.
Yeah. Ready? Lunar seal.
He's a deer cat.
Take this. Now right. Charging.
We should be able to sustain this fight indefinitely, I think. The big problem would be if we didn't have multiple sources of party-wide healing. Although right now he's mostly just doing single targets, so it's not quite so bad. That sucked. Let's do a med kit on Xion.
Here.
Especially since he's not that great of a damage dealer compared to Xion and Cosmos.
Take this.
Bummer.
Now right.
And he hasn't healed since I did 600, yeah. You're right. So we'll attack down for biological and gnosis enemies. Probably buff her attack here. Her upcoming ability is more impactful. I do really like the boost system. It's cool. His spells aren't that great. Let's see. Could full restore Xion's ether points early.
Here.
Let's go ahead and preemptively heal everyone to full, because I think that if Xion gets hit right now, it's going to be very bad for her.
Open ether circuit.
Could try doing the attack debuff on the boss too. I think it counts as Gnosis. Ow.
Take this. Now right.
It took me like over 10 hours of this game to understand the boost system, because usually battles didn't last long enough for me to be able to see how it worked.
Charging. Our cannon.
Pretty good. Do 75 damage, I'll take it. Using a med kit on Xion.
Here.
Cheaper than Medica All. Physical defense down. That is something I am not a fan of. Especially with it hitting that hard. Gross. Should probably need to have him clear. Assuming that counts as a traditional status effect, I need to have him clear that out on his next turn. Let me try doing the downforce. Hopefully that works on the boss. Looks like it worked. At least it didn't give me an error. Do I have her attack for decent damage? I think I need to have her Well, no, I think that I can boost to make him go again because the boost system is good.
Hey! Take this!
Have him act here and then he can use item on himself. We can try to heal him next turn.
Now right!
Item cure all. Hopefully that moves the defense down. It does. Good to know. Ah, but he's using it again. This must be a phase thing. He wasn't using it earlier in the fight. Ether. This can be such a mild heal. I should probably just use an item on himself.
All right.
Okay.
Charging. Our cannon.
Her base boost rate is pretty good, it seems like. Hey, we beat him. Nice. Frame repair, silver crown. Let's see what that is. That went well. GG. Or Cherenkov. Cherenkov.
Behold the light that spreads before your eyes. This light once symbolized civilization, the very will of the human race. But what can be gleaned from the light we see today? The people of this world have cast away their will to create, drowning themselves instead in an endless cycle of consumption.
It's
What
like
you
Wall-E.
see now is the deceitful light cast by their stagnant eyes.
Magic the Gathering logo on his
commander.
chest.
But who's that with him?
He's an evil
The
asshole.
people you've encountered in your lifetime are not people at all. They are less than human, mere sacks of flesh and bone. Only upon the realization of self-will can a person truly be called a man. You chose to reject the false light, refused to succumb to their lies. That's why you never faltered, even after all the personality reconditioning.
The commander underwent personality reconditioning?
Interesting.
Long ago, man was forced to leave behind his homeland. This was brought about by the masses who extinguished the very light that drove their will.
The story in Xenosaga seems
So
really
how
cool. I'm
about
bummed they didn't get to
Trek?
finish the story the way they wanted to.
Let us,
Then again, maybe they should
rekindle
set out
the
to make a
torch,
6-episode series.
so that human consciousness may once again
Classic
be resurrected
game design problem.
for our sake and that of our God.
Happiness? Were those my feelings just now?
Happiness?
No.
Elgear?
It must have been the commander's feelings.
Interesting.
Commander,
This game can be really dark sometimes.
what was it?
I guess it's even
you
been
were
censored from the
searching for?
Japanese version. Interesting. This bad shit happened to Cherenkov and he didn't really tell us. Dark and spooky for sure.
Commander.
I never really existed at all. 36 years ago, the year after the Zoar incident, which led up to the Miltian conflict,
Zoar
I was brought
incident
into this world
different from
as a weapon of
Zohar, I
warfare.
assume? Or that was a typo?
It happened all the time back then. Killing was our whole reason for existence. The fortunate ones were those who could adapt to that way of life. Even luckier were those who died on the battlefield. But I was never granted that opportunity. Before I could find some significance to my own life, the war ended. And I was left behind while the world went on. I tried to adapt, but the language I spoke was so different from the rest of the world. I thought the entire world had rejected me. But the commander, it felt like he really needed me. I saw a future for myself in the commander.
I wonder what the explanation plot-wise is
wanted
for
to
Shion
at
having this conversation, because
But I had to rely on the drugs to communicate with the rest of the world.
Trinkov should be dead
It was
in
because I
alien
hadn't
form.
changed. After everything that happened, I hadn't changed at all. Now I finally understand. The world didn't reject me. I rejected the world. Shion, I like it here. I'm the only living thing that exists in this place. There's nothing else. No anger, no sadness, no happiness. Not even a future. The only thing that's here is me. And that'll eventually fade away.
I still need to beat Xenogears Ratchet. That would be a mostly blind playthrough for me
This
on
is
stream.
exactly
I think
what
I played the
searching
first
for all this time.
10 hours a couple times,
Shion.
but could never get very far into it.
You'll eventually find yourself here too.
Have you played Xenoblade at all?
I'm sure of it. It won't be much longer.
First one was quite good. I heard the second one was a little rushed.
I can tell.
Xenoblade Chronicles X, at least. It's a return to hard sci-fi form. So we probably had some psychic connection with evil gargoyle monster, I guess.
Shion! What was that? Where's Commander Trinkov?
Shion.
Chaos! What just happened? Where is he? What have we done?
Probably a
Tell me.
combination of the two, right? It's very broad but shallow. I know Spikey's talked about it before. I only played Xenoblade Chronicles X for about 2 hours on stream. Ziggurat 8, that's right.
It's nothing you need to worry about.
He's like a walking Barkley Shut Up and Jam parody.
I'm sorry.
Was that really the
To
commander?
grind a lot.
Tell me, Chaos. Surely we didn't.
Shion.
That seems fair, Ratchet.
The truth isn't
Large
always
gaps,
unpleasant.
changes in team, and just wildly different approaches, right? It's apples and oranges.
Are we all going to end up like him?
We're still here, and
Yeah.
none of us have turned into Gnosis.
Xenogears also had Yasunori Mitsuda as the composer, right?
Here, stand up.
Okay.
The connection between the phenomenon boundaries is dissipating. If this continues, this spatial location will disappear.
That sounds like a
We are in
bummer.
danger.
This isn't good.
I saw some of the E3 Nintendo Treehouse coverage of Xenoblade 2. It actually looks really good. It's much more polished than for Xenoblade Chronicles.
Chief, are you alright?
Captain! Alan!
Alan, poor Alan. This segment was preceded by a part where we jumped into an area and it was just full of Gnosis. Yep, they're making Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for the Switch. You might be able to Google E3 Treehouse coverage Xenoblade 2.
Shake him off! Aye, sir.
Man, there's a ton of them.
Oh, the scene when we got ambushed? That was, today all you walked in and seen all unique content, Yukubo. Because last time when we finished, I had to turn the game off in the middle of a boss fight.
You got it! Registration confirmed, little master. It's the Elsa.
Jeez, those guys were damn lucky we were passing by. What the hell are they doing here?
Oh yeah, this kid. The kid who shoots the little coin and ricochets it.
Gnosis. Cut open an escape path for the Elsa and annihilate the enemy!
Yeah, annihilate the enemy. I guess it's a pretty big ship. A lot of Gnosis. Oh, you missed most of the post-boss fight.
Sounds like the
Cherenkov
fighting
moment.
started.
Gotcha.
Are we gonna be okay? There were so many of them.
Did they
when we transferred in.
explain why Xion had that moment with Cherenkov, Yukubo?
Federation fleet. It would be wiser for us to flee than fight.
You probably shouldn't fight.
This is no good. We'll never get all of them. What should we do?
We should have resupplied earlier. This is what I get for taking on you two.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Wills are mocked.
this would be
This
a
one.
cinch.
Little Master.
I think you'd like Xenosaga. It's like a playable movie in the same way that Metal Gear is, maybe even more extreme than that.
And they've coordinated their attack patterns.
We've definitely
Never
done
seen
sessions
it
of
like
this game where the entire
Even if
hour
we
has
can't
just
jump
been
out of here, we may not be
uninterrupted
able to shake
cutscene.
'em.
Little master, another group is chasing after the Elsa.
It's definitely thinking hard questions about hard sci-fi like cloning and robots and slavery,
You alright?
genetic alteration, behavioral reconditioning.
Tony, can you lose him?
Cool big ideas that
They're a
aren't
lot
really in
faster than we
Xenoblade or Xenogears that I
Damn
recall.
it. The Durandal's guns aren't slowing them down.
Caution, I am a boozer. Bonsai, bonsai. Smiley face, smiley face. Oh, Japanese.
Huh? Hatch number 17 is open? Was somebody still down there?
Xenogears is one of the last games to have a localization problem, though, right? I wonder if anyone's made an effort to relocalize that game. Like if there's been a fan translation. It reminded me of the Final Fantasy Tactics localization, where it was already a pretty complicated story and hard to follow with the wonky localization. It wasn't until about Final Fantasy IX that they started to spend more money on that.
Xion,
Towards the end of the PS1.
will feeling pain make me complete?
Interesting.
I can't hear you. The air is too thin for your voice to carry.
Interesting. This is a really cool scene. Yeah, that's fair. And Xenoblade kind of has an atheist theme to it. This whole killing God thing. But it's not a major theme of the game. Like I think the Star Trek-y hard sci-fi questions are in Xenosaga so far. Yeah, you think that's something that a fan would do, right, Spiky?
300%.
A fan patch.
Emulator waves can no longer be suppressed.
What the hell? Now they're acting up?
Game also has a pretty wonky translation. Maybe Tomato will do a Legends of
Mama?
Localization
Where's it
book
coming
about it.
from?
Scanning transfection course.
Little girl androids.
Course tracked. It's coming from the quarantine hangar.
Quarantine hangar.
Quarantine hangar.
Can't be the Zohars.
It is. External sources.
Second
are
floor
sending
basement of the
requests
tank
to
hangar.
Zohars.
Paradigm contamination is spreading. If this keeps up, the mother frame will be
Yeah, I
taken
totally
over.
agree,
Head
Kupo.
off the main line
It's
to the
fine in
quarantine
FF7.
hangar.
I mean, even if you
Stabilize
translated
the
that game well, the
inhibitor
story
for
would be
secondary
ridiculous
Main line purged.
and difficult
All
to
signals
follow.
blocked.
But it's like the tactics wonky translation isn't charming, I think. Since that game is really trying to be serious political drama, it is very much distracting. Redheaded guy is in a lot of anime. Yeah, there's a lot of prolific voice actors in this game. That kid's name Junior? Is that his name? Holy shit. That was pretty ridiculous. Why does she have different eyes now, too? That's a lot of Gnosis. She just got 1,000,000 experience points, right? Eyes back red. There we go. Interesting. Was in fact a vagina laser. Go Cosmos. Gotta kill the penis monsters.
Heck, that wasn't so bad.
Chief?
Did that really just happen?
So sleepy.
It appeared as if she absorbed the Gnosis.
How could she have weaponry we don't even know about?
That's a really good question.
No, that wasn't a weapon.
Yeah, why didn't she use this in the in-game battle?
Something impossible.
Who cares if it's possible or not?
Guy looks like a
You got rid of the Gnosis,
Thunderbirds
right?
Team America puppet.
Captain. Little Master's been buzzing us for a while.
Huh? Oh, patch him in.
Little Master.
Who's this little master?
Thanks for helping us out, little master. Sorry about all the...
This isn't the Cosmos that I built.
Marty is Flamepoint Siamese, yeah. His brother is Tabby. Brothers from a different father,
Is this
same
your
litter.
hand at work?
They usually snuggle with each other.
Is this the real Cosmos that you wish to create?
Is this the meaning of Cosmos? Right, because she, like, adopted that work from somebody else. You're right, Plaster. 41 hours is like... This is what meant to be episode 1 of 6.
What is it?
Commander Cherenkov's SMS tracking signal has disappeared.
You can't text him anymore? But he was supposed to pick up the milk.
And the UMN?
Huh. I was able to track him while he traveled through hyperspace, but I lost him at point 2100783.
These guys have crazy helmets.
There are traces of a space-time anomaly
Japanese
at that same
mooks
point,
with
so we
ridiculous
believe
helmets.
the Gnosis may have been there.
I see.
See, yeah.
So, you got it?
Roger, little master.
Where's
Thanks
the
for
milk?
helping us out.
What the shit, dude?
You guys better fill me in on the situation later. Man, what the heck is going on here?
Can you reach him on
And
Facebook
Mama's
Messenger?
gone and caught a bug, so we can't perform any investigations or analyses for a while.
That's terrible.
Tell me about it.
Dude, okay. The fact that there's a character whose name is Chaos
Is that little
with a
master?
lowercase c,
He's our boss.
and that's his
Head
costume.
honcho. Hey, little master.
Is
We
he
picked
just
up
like...
a couple of passengers headed for Milsha
Is that like
while
blue
we were
fur,
working.
or is it
What should we do with them?
weird
They
fabric?
look like they're in pretty deep with something.
Little Master is a player. He's a cool
Well,
character.
your first concern should be to repair the Elsa. Why don't you get it fixed over at the Foundation? You won't make it very far in that kind of shape.
Foundation? You mean the
Foundation?
Kukai Foundation? From the Galactic Finance 500's top 10 fastest growing corporations list? Then you must be...
Ah, the business stuff was meant to be a side thing. We got lucky, that's all.
This is bad, Chief. We can't
Why is
associate
it-
with these people.
Hey, I heard that, man. Would you rather we left you here in
Is he from
space?
Digimon?
No, sorry, sir.
Look, little
I'm
master,
looking it up.
what do you say we just leave this wuss behind? He spends all his time moaning and groaning.
Hey, come on, Captain. Chaos, help me out here.
Well, it's not really up to me, you know. I better leave this one to you two.
Then I'm definitely giving him the boot.
Come on!
It is definitely a woman
Hey
who's
man,
voice acting.
don't
it.
freak out. We're just playing. What's wrong? Something worrying you?
Huh? Oh, no. It's nothing.
Disgaea,
I'm
Naruto,
Shion,
Nawaki, and Naruto.
Nice to,
Almost all the
meet
Disgaea
you.
games.
Junior. Guinan Junior.
Shu
I got a real
Kanagi,
name.
Horiuchi
But
Hironari,
let's
and
just
Bleach.
leave it at that for now. Good to meet
Digimon
you.
Data Squad.
Shelly, change of plans. We're returning to the Foundation. Make sure to tell Guinan that we have secured the final emulator.
Roger.
Oh, she
Now
voiced
to return
Ken
to
in
the
Persona
Foundation.
3 as well. Makes sense. She does a lot of anime. Rocky and Suikoden. Mythos and Tales of Symphonia. Bunch of characters in Dot Hack. Henry Jones Jr. I would like to save. Thank you, game. It's like it knows. We have 13 minutes left, although we've gone over time in the past with Xenosaga, and this game is fairly unforgiving when it comes to save points, so we will just stop at the 13-minute mark, whether we get to a save point or not. If we get to another reasonable one, we can stop there too. If you've seen an anime, you've heard of her. I think that the anime voice acting community is pretty close-knit. If you watch I Know That Voice on Netflix, you get a lot of that sense. Would you like to save? I feel like most games, the ideal game design rule of saving, in my opinion, is that so long as saving won't create an unwinnable game state, you should be able to save at any time. So maybe don't let you save, mid-combat turn. And maybe separate combat saves from non-combat saves to make sure that you can't be in an unwinnable state. Aw, poor kitty. It's just sleepy, right?
Guinan.
No! Oh. It's a bummer. Hey, Sohardan, thanks.
Don't say anything.
Happy Tuesday to you too.
It's all over.
Oh, it's some kid. I don't care if it's a kid. It's a cat, though. Is it in a coma?
Vito!
How's your week been treating you, Dan? One of the voice actors from Nier streamed himself playing it. That's interesting. I think that some of the Overwatch voice actors have streamed themselves playing too. There was that one thing on Reddit where the guy who voiced Junkrat was just like playing the game for fun and joining voice chat and like doing the Junkrat voice without pointing out.
Damn it!
666 on his hand. What the shit is going on with this junior kid? Nice. I need to get a haircut. It's unfettered growth over here for almost a year.
Place?
I hate getting a haircut
The
though.
environmental controls here seem extremely
When
strict.
I lived in Columbus, my
so
sister is a
big.
hairdresser and my best friend is a hairdresser, or a barber, so
With one directly across.
I never had to have awkward conversations.
Looks like each block has a name inscribed on it.
Me growing my hair out
You've
is
got great
direct
eyesight.
consequence of not personally knowing a hairdresser.
Peter, Andrew, Bo
You
and
must be the
Burgess,
Antichrist.
Thomas, John,
No killing pets. These are all
Philip,
Zohar.
Matthew, Bartholomew, James, Thaddeus, Simon, Judas.
So there's your Bible reference. The
And the
disciples of
last one?
Christ. Jesus?
It appears to say Marian Kind.
So Jesus.
Marian
Okay.
Kind. I think I've heard that somewhere.
One of
It
these
means
things is
the
not
child of
like the
Mary.
other. There you go. Yeah.
This is where we store all the really dangerous items.
We didn't want to say Jesus. We're okay with it being all the disciples' names. We need slight plausible deniability. Other than Japan, they're like, yeah, we're just gonna do it's cool mythology, right? That's a lot of Zohars.
Actually, they're all emulators.
Okay, not the
And they've
actual
all been
Zohar.
sealed, including the one we just retrieved.
Why are these Zohars here?
Well, our corporation does dabble a little in everything. Besides, these days, you can't get
It's a
by
good
without
plan,
having
so
something
yeah.
to deal with the Gnosis. And we definitely can't wait around for the Federation to get off its lazy butt.
What's in the room across from here?
Nothing pleasant, I'll tell you that much.
My thing
You're
with
not
him,
going to
Leon,
show
is
us?
that it's like, why is he so well traveled
Trust
and
me,
he's like
it ain't something
13,
you'd want
but
to see.
Japanese RPG.
Even
what are you
if
gonna
we
do?
were to consider the diversity of your businesses, you're still a Foundation, right? I mean, the weaponry on this ship far outclass
His
those on
unzipped
any
pant
warship.
leg. I gotta
Who are
show
you
off my
people
knee.
Anyway?
I don't want to
We were more
completely
or less
convert to
a government
shorts.
organization previously. Well, I guess if you want to see it that badly.
Asymmetrical zippers to the maximum. Whoa.
What is this?
It's Genova.
I warned you. You weren't gonna like it, didn't I?
All of these specimens appear to be
I had
humans
pants like
whose
that.
bodies
Yeah,
turned
I
into
wore those in
Gnosis.
Jenkos.
Transform bodies.
I had Jenkos
I've
that
only
were
heard
so
of them
huge I could fit a 2-liter bottle of soda in my pocket.
Most people just turn white and shatter to pieces. But there are a few exceptions, and they end up like this.
Need to make a game
We're
based
getting
on
this one ready
rompers.
for now. It's hard to look straight at them, but I don't
This
want
is
to
the
refer to
ideal
them
male
by some
form. You may
code
not
name
like
or
it.
number. It's just not right to treat the dead like mere objects.
This is what peak performance looked like.
Is that a lady?
We've been cutscening
She was a little
for
girl. The last
30
time I saw
minutes?
her.
People
Boss
turning
fight
into
took about 20
gnosis?
minutes. They gave us a save point in the middle of the
Have you learned
cutscene.
anything about them?
Not much. Plenty of Gnosis
Interesting. Wonder if the
remains have
Gnosis
been
are
recovered
all
to date.
ex-humans. That would be
Nobody's
cool.
learned a
Or
thing from them.
because the Gnosis are the first
You know what
aliens we've
they're
ever
composed
encountered
of?
in the Xenosaga universe, right?
No.
Sodium chloride. Plain
Humans
old
have
salt.
found the universe is basically
Even
empty
their
other than that.
translucent bodies. They're mostly made up of water and sodium hydroxide. How can ordinary compounds like that form creatures like them? No one really knows
Yeah,
why
we'll
those
see
who
you could
survive
go.
Gnosis encounters always turn into one of them. Some people think they're a new type of virus. Others say they're beings from another dimension who take on temporary forms in this one.
Always? No exceptions?
Nope. Not as far as I know.
They're interdimensional too, which is cool.
So they could be from another dimension?
That would explain why
Wouldn't
they're
that
like
mean that their true
ethereal.
forms might exist somewhere else?
Cosmos has to make them
Who knows?
corporeal so we can damage them.
All that's certain is that they're hostile to humans. Not that such a sentiment is unique to them.
That's true.
Chief, is something wrong? You don't look so good.
Huh? No, don't worry. It's nothing.
It's nothing. Don't let the piano music
So-
distract you.
So when did this all begin?
Unofficially, phenomena like this have been occurring periodically over the past few centuries.
Oh, that's right, Yukiko. I
After a
forgot about
certain
that.
incident, the Gnosis leapt into the forefront of history.
Good
A
call.
certain incident?
The Miltian conflict. Joachim Mizrahi. It was he who opened Pandora's box and unleashed the Gnosis upon the galaxy. And we're all paying for
So
his
there's
invasion.
like interesting artifacting in this cutscene.
Mizrahi,
I don't think this is in engine.
brilliant scientist who
I'm pretty
founded
sure
the
this is a
Intake
video file that's
organization.
playing, which is really interesting.
Brilliant? He was a lunatic. Unable to bear his curiosity, he invited the Gnosis into our world.
So this game might literally just be a movie.
The
most of the
Foundation was
cutscenes.
established after the war by the newly formed Second Miltian government to clean up and investigate the facts behind the incident. Technically, that's our real job. Problem is, the funding's tight in peacetime. On top of that, running the Foundation takes a staggering amount of money, and the management of these Zohars ain't cheap either.
Staggering amount of money,
So,
huh?
we ended up privatizing part of our operations and became a foundation. We never imagined that some of our side businesses would hit it so big, though.
And then save it as like a video file, Yukiko. I've seen that in some games where the FMVs will actually look worse than the main game
Daddy
because of the
wasn't like
artifacting. Hey, we regained control. maybe there is a save the other direction. Durandal's Bridge. Durandal is the name of a mythological weapon? I don't know what mythology. Might be Celtic, Gaelic. Yeah, we're gonna look for a save point, and if we can find one, I think we'll call it there. So we're doing alright on time otherwise. Creepy Gnosis test tubes. Player character Shion is a scientist. She's like an engineer who built this Cosmos, the weird like anime girl with the blue hair. She's a special kind of android. Like, there's lots of androids in the game world, but her particular kind of android is built to fight the Gnosis, which are these interdimensional penis monster aliens. Their problem is that they're like ethereal. Okay, new map in the environmental simulator. Cool. So you can't damage them. They can kill you, but you can't kill them. And Cosmos' main role is that she brings the Gnosis into the prime material plane or makes them corporeal or whatever so they can be damaged. It utilizes some sort of effect in the in-game universe. I guess there was some big accident with Shion and Cosmos a long time ago when she was activated for the first time, where she murdered a bunch of people, and we were forced to turn her on early to fight the Gnosis. I gotta find a save point. Maybe the residential area. Sort of one of Charlemagne's knights. Thank you, Scarf. It was Roland and Leon. Roland's Unbreakable Sword. And Yukapo. Is it Durandal or Durandal? The important thing is that it's unbreakable. It's cool, we're on a new giant ship. This thing's huge. Cosmos is a murderer. Hooray! Yay! Murder! I'm mostly just running around looking for a save point right now. I guess if we don't get one, it's not a big deal. I can just make a note in the game title to skip the cutscene after the mid-cutscene save point. Durandal. So it's from the Song of Roland, inspired Stephen King's Roland. Oh, that's cool. Gotta be one somewhere. Maybe in the game room. It's a big ship though. I do like menu saving. It's convenient when games allow it. You are the save point. Jeez, I wish. Oh, that's cool. The save point was inside you the whole time. Great. Might be in that game room. I can see them putting a save room there. That's cool, Evie. Yeah. Save point in the area that I'm in. If you want to look it up, I would appreciate the assistance. Andrea's at yoga right now, so I have a few minutes to run over, but try to avoid doing it too much. Hey, we're good. Hooray. Press I confirm on this thing. Yeah, it's a ticket. Save game hype. Kingdom Hearts is a save point. Ansem going on a long rant about that. Need to find a game that lets me save only every 90 minutes for some block. Great. Cool. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I'll give you an update on what's coming up for the rest.